How to overcome anxiety. Now, guys, I can't speak about this unless I have overcome it myself, which I have. And let me tell you, I do not subscribe to anxiety anymore. So, where I started, right? During high school, I was very self conscious. I didn't have much of a self esteem. And a lot of it is just me being a prisoner of my mind. That's what it was, guys. A lot of these things, these imaginary evils that a lot of people have, are just them stuck in their mind. And because they haven't done any work to improve it, they haven't got uncomfortable, right? So when you don't get uncomfortable, you can't grow, right? Talking to strangers, talking to the girl that you want to approach, right? If you don't do those things, nothing will change, and you keep thinking the same story because you haven't acted differently. You're not around people that act differently, that do those things that you are afraid to do. So those are really the most important things that are going to get you out of this mindset. And you'll realize when you get out of it, you're like, fuck, hold on, introvert doesn't really exist. It's just something I chose to subscribe to, right? Which is what I chose to subscribe to too. Now, I believe that you can change and become who you want to become through your thoughts and actions, right? Thoughts and backing up with actions, as well as that your self affirming language. So, how you speak to yourself during those challenging times, how you speak to yourself in general, because you've probably got a lot of baggage, right? From old beliefs. So, the only way you can change that belief of yourself in your life and who you are as a character in this life is through action. Now, when you do that, you're going to have your old thoughts come back to you or try and challenge you or try and keep you in that mindset, right? That is where you are at the moment. And in order for you to change that, it's like a garden, right? You have to take out the weeds, you have to replant new thoughts, new self affirmations, you know? So that's what it is all about. But that's what this photo represents, right? You have to understand you're stuck in your mind a lot of the time. Now, get comfortable being uncomfortable. As I said, you have to do things that make you uncomfortable. So, one thing that I did was, I went skydiving twice, and that was really good. Got me out of my comfort zone. Felt a certain fearlessness, especially when I finished the first time, and it just helped me grow. There was a lot of times when, guys, I couldn't even look people in the eyes. Like it was that bad. I really subscribed to this shit. And I didn't even know what anxiety was back then. But this character that was shy and all these different things, right? I didn't know anyone that was extroverted or like that talks a lot. I don't want to say that. That just talks a lot. He's very outgoing, fearless in high school, right? This was from high school up until I'll probably say a year, 2 years after high school, I started to really change just from doing different things. But I couldn't look people in the eyes. I was very shy to talk. I was very quiet. Totally different fucking person, right? And just subscribe to a lot of things that did not serve me. And so that's why I really enjoy sharing this, is because I know there's a lot of people that are still stuck in that chapter. You don't have to be. It's all a choice. So talking to strangers, the amount of girls that I approached, people, strangers that I spoke to, that really helped me change my character. And for a long time I had these old thoughts come back to me, you know oh, you're shy, just different things that it just always you're being challenged as you create this new character, right? So asking girls for numbers, public speaking, I did a bit of that as well. Toastmasters, that was really good, just getting out of my comfort zone. But even just speaking to strangers, going to meetups, to seminars, anything that's going to get you out of your comfort zone, push yourself to do it, guys. Push yourself. There's a great quote that I'm going to go through from Viktor Frankl. But different things, outreach, what that is. If you start an online business, say it's in the service industry and you're serving clients, reaching out, sending messages to clients, cold calling. Guys, when I started in real estate, I was still had this anxiety, this character that was very shy, right? And I dressed up, I went in a suit, I went to different real estate businesses in my local area, and I sat down, I had a few interviews, but it was It was a big challenge for me to just speak to people and be like, hey, I'm looking for a job. I'd have sweaty palms. I'd stutter my words. It was all that shit, right? But I had to do those things to grow. So just understand you have to do those things. You have to get comfortable doing them. Push yourself, force yourself. You really have to force yourself. Okay? Act your way into new beliefs. So I told you guys I was in real estate. I remember my first day, I was cold calling and I just sat there like this. My body language said everything. I was like, these guys. I was like, I had to do 100 cold calls or something like that, just cold call a day. And that was a good experience because it was the whole office watching, and it was a very open office. We're all in like one cube. And I had to do that, and that helped me grow so much because I just had to do it. But it was the most uncomfortable thing. I still have memories of it. That's how uncomfortable it was. But as I said, your current thoughts and backed by action is going to create your future. So it doesn't matter who you are now, who this person is, you can change it. But it's all determined. Your future, who you become, is all determined by your current thoughts, your actions, and then how you reaffirm that self-talk to yourself. What do you tell yourself? How do you talk to yourself during those situations when you go and do those uncomfortable things? Oh, she won't like me. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, I'm going to fail. No, don't subscribe to shit that doesn't serve you guys. Subscribe to thoughts that serve you, right? Right now, the way that I think, even if I'm in the gym, I'm like, I'm the baddest motherfucker here. Like, you have to talk to yourself that way because society's not going to tell you that. They say, stay humble. Guys, if you look up the definition of humble, it is a low view of oneself. I don't know about you, but I am not subscribing to that bullshit because that does not serve me, right? You want to believe you're the best. Believe you're the best, okay? Because life is going to challenge you. There are challenging situations. You talking to yourself, especially if you're a guy like a little bitch, it just ain't going to serve you. You need to speak to yourself like you're the G, you're the top dude, you're the best motherfucker out there. That's how these top guys are there. That's how they speak to themselves. They back it up with massive action. Okay? So again, thinking alone is not going to change it. You have to act your way and then back that up with more self-affirming self-talk. Now, each time that you have an opportunity, let's say you're a guy, right? And there's an opportunity to speak to a cute girl and you don't do it. You become less confident through that situation because you had an opportunity, you could have went for it, but you bitched out. And so you lose confidence. Now, if you were to go and do that thing, the next time you want to do it, you wouldn't give a fuck, right? So it builds your confidence. So either build your confidence or you become less confident. So make sure every time you have an opportunity, just don't even think about it. Okay, you have to act quickly and not think about it and just do it. That easy. There's no secret pickup line, there's no secret, this, that. You just literally have to do it, guys. I went door knocking, I did cold calling in real estate. Some of the best things that I ever did, right? I've also done security, so speaking to strangers, dealing with confrontation with drunk patrons. That shit all helped me grow and get to where I am now. Now, that quote that I was speaking about, between the stimulus and response, there is a space, right? There's an opportunity for you to talk to a cute girl, let's say. Now, in that space, what you choose to do, if you choose to do it and go and speak to her, that's where your growth lies, right? So if you do it, you grow. If you don't, you stay the same, you stay less confident. So just go and do it. Now, you are a product of your circle. Now, for a long time, I didn't really have a circle that would go and, for example, just do fearless things. For example, guys, I would talk to girls. I really spent a lot of time by myself, or I had mates, but that wasn't really something that they did or they were not afraid to do for a long time, right? And then I was around people that were more confident, they didn't give a fuck. I started to not give a fuck. So you are the product of your circle. And another thing is energy is contagious, guys. So the people's beliefs around you, if they have no confidence, they are lazy, you're going to be the next person to think the same and act the same. So be very conscious of who you hang around. Okay, if it's gonna make you a worse, less version of yourself, maybe you need to question that connection, that person, that friend, right? I'm not saying cut people off completely and like never talk to them again. I'm just saying you have to understand that it is, whether you are aware of it or not, it's contagious who you hang around. So be very conscious of that. Okay, are you acting from fear or faith? So one of my mentors, shout out Wes Watson, he talks about fear. So fear is what if? What if, you're thinking of the worst case scenario, this is going to happen, or this is going to fail, this is going to, you're thinking the worst possible outcome. That's what if this happens, right? What if? Faith is, even if this happens, even if I get rejected, even if I lose my money, I don't give a fuck. Like, even if, right? So it's either one or the other. They can't be both. Okay? So choose to just not give a fuck in those situations. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to fail. I'm going to go out. I might make a fool of myself. I might get rejected, fail. I accept that. That's an outcome that could happen. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's do it. Now, working out, one of the most beneficial things that you can do in your life is getting in shape, but also getting in an environment where people are purely there to better themselves, right? Now, majority of people, right? People that have a program, they know what they're doing, they're there for results. In that situation, that example, yes. For me, it's a place where I'm able to just go work on myself, elevate my frequency. When you leave a workout, you never leave feeling worse, feeling crap. You're always feeling good about yourself because you've done something. If you have definitely pushed yourself even more, right? So it's going to help you build confidence. When you build your physique, you build someone that you're proud of, right? You can't buy those things, guys. So invest in a gym membership if you haven't already. Invest in a training program, a diet, so you know what you're doing. You've got a result that you want, and you've got it down to the science, and you know what you need to do. There's a plan in place. But if you have the right environment, guys, it's also a good thing. You're going to meet people that are positive, right? People that have results, people that think different, maybe from a gratitude perspective. You're going to meet all kinds of different people in the gym. For me, that's just a bonus, right? For me, it's really, I think of it as a sanctuary where I just go, I work on myself, and I'm just present, and I understand I'm there to get results, but I enjoy it now, For a long time, I just did, and it became who I am. And so that's going to help you build confidence, right? When you start to get results, especially if you're not in the greatest shape right now, you need to do those things, guys. You have to, right? But if you guys need a program, shoot me a message on Instagram. That's where you find a lot of content exclusive to what I do, which is fitness, mindset, all that good stuff. But if you need help with that, a training program, a diet, etc., shoot me a message and let's see if we can help. And yeah,